You are standing in the midst of a dense, primeval forest, the trees towering above you like sentinels, their leaves rustling softly in the breeze, as if whispering secrets of a long-forgotten past. The year is 1587, and John White, the governor of the Roanoke Colony, has just set sail for England, leaving behind a fledgling settlement on the outer banks of present-day North Carolina. White's trip was intended to be a brief one, a mere resupply mission to gather the necessary provisions and reinforcements to ensure the colony's survival. As he departed, the colonists, including his own daughter and granddaughter, remained behind, eagerly awaiting his return. The colony was still in its infancy, and White's leadership was crucial to its success. The English naval war against Spain, which had been simmering for years, was about to escalate, and White's return would be delayed. The war effort was consuming all available resources, and the naval fleet was being mobilized to counter the Spanish Armada. As a result, White's ship was waylaid, and he was unable to return to Roanoke as planned. The colonists, meanwhile, were left to fend for themselves, struggling to survive in a harsh and unforgiving environment. The delay would prove to be a catastrophic one, as the colonists were left without the supplies and support they so desperately needed. 3 years would pass before White finally set sail for Roanoke once more, his prolonged absence from the colony a heavy burden on the minds of the colonists. In 1590, White's ship, the Hopewell, weighed anchor and began the long journey back to the New World, carrying with it the hopes and dreams of the colonists. But as White sailed closer to his destination, a sense of unease began to settle over him, a feeling that something was amiss, that the colony he had left behind was not as he had remembered it. The trees seemed to loom larger, the shadows deeper, as if the very forest itself was hiding a dark and sinister secret. Sir Walter Raleigh, a prominent figure in the court of Queen Elizabeth I, had long been fascinated by the prospect of establishing an English colony in the New World. In 1584, he sponsored an expedition to explore the eastern coast of North America, paving the way for the eventual establishment of the Roanoke Colony. Raleigh's vision was to create a thriving English settlement that would serve as a base for privateering operations against Spanish ships and provide a foothold for further English expansion. This vision was the driving force behind the colonization of Roanoke, and it would ultimately shape the fate of the colony. Raleigh's initial foray into American exploration was led by Philip Amadas and Arthur Barlow, two seasoned mariners who were tasked with scouting the coast and identifying a suitable location for the colony. In 1584, Amadas and Barlow set sail, arriving in the outer banks of present-day North Carolina, where they encountered the native Algonquian-speaking tribes. The English explorers were received with a mixture of curiosity and caution by the Native Americans, who were wary of these newcomers and their intentions. Amadas and Barlow's expedition laid the groundwork for future English settlements, and their reports of the region's natural resources and native populations helped to fuel Raleigh's ambitions. As the English continued to interact with the Native American tribes, they began to form alliances and trade relationships with various groups, including the Croatoan tribe. In 1585, the English established a tentative friendship with the Croatoan, who lived on a nearby island and were known for their skill in fishing and agriculture. The Croatoan tribe would later play a significant role in the fate of the Roanoke colony, but at this point, they were seen as potential allies and trading partners. The English were eager to learn from the Native Americans and to adapt to their new environment, but they also brought with them their own cultural biases and assumptions, which would eventually contribute to the colony's troubles. In 1587, Raleigh appointed John White as the governor of the Roanoke Colony, tasking him with leading the settlement and ensuring its survival. White, an artist and cartographer, had previously accompanied Amadas and Barlow on their expedition and had formed a favorable impression of the region. As governor, White was responsible for overseeing the daily operations of the colony, resolving disputes, and maintaining relationships with the native tribes. His leadership was crucial to the colony's success, but he was also aware of the challenges that lay ahead, including the threat of Spanish attacks and the difficulties of adapting to the harsh American environment. With White at the helm, the Roanoke Colony seemed poised for success. But the future was uncertain, and the colonists were about to face a series of challenges that would test their resolve and ingenuity. As the summer of 1587 wore on, a new life emerged in the Roanoke Colony, one that would become an enduring symbol of the settlement's fleeting existence. Eleanor Dare, John White's daughter, gave birth to a baby girl named Virginia Dare, the first English child to be born in the New World. This remarkable event was a beacon of hope for the colonists, a reminder that despite the hardships they faced, they were creating a new life for themselves in this unforgiving yet beautiful land. Virginia Dare's birth was a testament to the colony's determination to thrive, and her name would become synonymous with the mysterious and tragic fate that awaited them. The colonists rejoiced at the arrival of this new life, and for a brief moment, their struggles were forgotten. However, the harmony between the colonists and the Native American tribes that had initially greeted them with caution began to fray. As the months passed, relations deteriorated, and the colonists found themselves facing increasing hostility from the very people they had hoped to befriend. The Native Americans, who had initially been open to trade and cooperation, began to view the English as a threat to their way of life, and tensions simmered just below the surface. The colonists, struggling to survive in a harsh environment, were ill-equipped to handle the growing conflict, and their actions only served to exacerbate the situation. The once peaceful coexistence between the two cultures was rapidly unraveling, setting the stage for a disastrous confrontation. In the midst of this growing turmoil, John White departed the colony, unaware of the impending disaster that would befall the people he had left behind. His trip to England, intended to be a brief resupply mission, would ultimately prove to be a permanent goodbye. The colonists, including his own daughter and granddaughter, were left to fend for themselves, facing an uncertain future without the guidance and leadership of their governor. White's departure would have far-reaching consequences, leaving the colony vulnerable to the threats that surrounded them. The fate of the Roanoke Colony hung precariously in the balance, as the colonists struggled to survive in a world that seemed determined to destroy them. 3 years would pass before the true extent of the disaster became clear. In 1590, a ship arrived at the Roanoke Colony, only to find it abandoned, with no signs of struggle or violence. The colonists had vanished, leaving behind only a few cryptic clues, including the word Croatoan carved into a tree. The mystery of the vanished colony was born, a puzzle that would haunt historians and scholars for centuries to come. The disappearance of the Roanoke Colony remained a baffling enigma, a testament to the enduring power of the unknown. The fate of Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World, remained a mystery, lost to the sands of time, leaving behind only a haunting legacy that continues to captivate and intrigue us to this day. As the years passed, the mystery of the Roanoke Colony's disappearance only deepened, until in 1590, a clue was finally uncovered. The word Croatoan was found carved into a tree, a message that seemed to hint at the colonists' fate. This enigmatic carving, likely made by the colonists themselves, introduced a new light in the investigation: the Croatoan clue. The Croatoan tribe, a Native American group that had previously been in contact with the English, was now a focus of attention. Researchers began to scrutinize the relationships between the colonists and the Croatoan, searching for any indication of what might have happened to the missing settlers. Investigations suggested that the colonists may have been absorbed by Native American tribes, potentially the Croatoan or another group. This theory of absorption into Native American tribes gained traction as researchers delved deeper into the historical records. According to reports from the time, some English colonists had indeed been known to form alliances with Native American tribes, and it was possible that the Roanoke colonists had done the same. If this were the case, the colonists may have been integrated into the tribe, adopting their customs and way of life. This theory raised more questions than answers, however, and the search for concrete evidence continued. In the 1990s, archaeological discoveries hinted at a possible fort and settlement, shedding new light on the colonists' activities. Excavations at the site of the former colony uncovered hints of a fortified structure, which may have been the colonists' last stronghold. These modern archaeological discoveries sparked renewed interest in the case, as researchers carefully examined the findings for any clues that might point to the colonists' ultimate fate. The excavation also turned up evidence of trade and interaction between the colonists and the Native American tribes, further supporting the theory of absorption. As the investigation continued into the 2000s, DNA analysis emerged as a promising tool for unlocking the colonists' fate. By comparing the DNA of modern-day Native American tribes with that of English descendants, researchers hoped to find a match that would confirm the theory of absorption. According to Dr. Roberta Estes, a leading expert in the field, DNA analysis has the potential to reveal the truth about the Roanoke colonists' disappearance. This innovative approach held out the promise of finally solving the mystery, over 4 centuries after the colonists vanished into the wilderness. With each new development, the search for answers became more focused, and the prospect of uncovering the truth about the Roanoke colony's disappearance seemed increasingly within reach. The Roanoke colony's disappearance remains one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries, a haunting enigma that continues to captivate the imagination of people around the world, with many still pondering the fate of the 115 colonists who vanished into the vast expanse of the New World. This ongoing fascination with the mystery has led to numerous investigations, books, and documentaries, all attempting to shed light on the colony's demise. As a result, the Roanoke colony has become an integral part of American folklore, symbolizing the country's complex and often tumultuous history. The mystery has also sparked a sense of curiosity, with many people visiting the Fort Raleigh National Historic Site, where the colony once stood, in search of clues and answers. In the 20th and 21st centuries, the story of the Roanoke colony has continued to inspire literature and art, with authors and artists drawn to the mystery and intrigue surrounding the colony's disappearance. The colony's story has been retold in various forms of media, from novels and poems to films and plays, each offering a unique perspective on the events that unfolded. This cultural impact of the Roanoke story has helped to keep the mystery alive, ensuring that the colony's disappearance remains a topic of discussion and debate. As a result, the Roanoke colony has become a cultural touchstone, representing the unknown and the unexplained. The search for answers about the Roanoke colony's fate remains an ongoing quest, with archaeologists and historians continuing to search for clues and piece together the events that led to the colony's disappearance. New technologies and research methods have opened up fresh avenues of investigation, and it is possible that future discoveries will finally shed light on the mystery. As the search for truth continues, the trees surrounding the former colony site still stand, their branches whispering secrets to the wind, leaving behind only one haunting question. What secrets will the forest finally yield, and will they ever be enough to lay the ghosts of Roanoke